my name is Wenimando and welcome to my YouTube channel, okay? When people get here, they don't go nowhere, so please, Kashini, okay? Where you going? I'm talking to you! No, Pikachini. Leo, I want us to talk about Tongelele Showmax, okay? Showmax has a new show and it's called Baba Twins and I want to talk about it, okay? Yeah, so let's go. So what is Baba Twins? Baba Twins is first of all, I don't even, okay, let's just go on. Baba Twins is a show about a guy called Tony and a chick named Worms. Okay, this is a Kenyan movie. I'm so excited. I really liked this movie. A guy called Tony and a girl called Worms, and they're just like at that place in their careers, in their individual lives, and they're just like, you know, like almost just about to figure it out. You know, she's an air hostess. She's just gotten her thing for flying. She's gonna be flying everywhere, and she's so excited. And Tony is on radio. You know, he's like, he has a drive show. He loves it, but he's careless. He's always late. Oh my god, yeah. But then they meet in a club. And he like has this terrible pickup line and they just vibe anyway, and then they start blending yeah, so they blend a little bit. They're not blending like that, it's like bare, but it's like they don't define the relationship, but like she introduces him to the sister, you know, and like he's careless as fuck, you know. But yeah, so that's the movie. And like he gets pregnant, she gets pregnant, and like they realize that they have twins, and like he's so nonchalant about it, and they figure it out, and that's the movie. Okay, so let's first talk about the characters and the casting. Me akigengege, me nilipenda your character. Anyway, asiya chao. Mimi nilipenda hizo castings venye zilifanywa. First of all, I am so in love with the fact that they didn't pick out faces that we've seen on and on and on and on. Me, I'm so tired of seeing the same damn faces. So it felt so nice to have fresh faces on air. This Tony guy is actually called, I got his name right here, Maurice Mwangi, and I think he's acted in a couple of things before because his face is familiar, but then it's not like he's not, but he did such a good job in portraying Tony. Like he did such a good job in portraying the kind of boy that he is, and that would be in Nairobi, in my opinion. Like he did such a good job. And act Tony, and I come to mwenye unaweza jua mwenye anaweza kuwa Tony. Unajua, he wears the shorts, the t-shirts. He has all these phrases, the you guys, my guys, the this, the that. He has that charisma. He talks, how, you know. Yeah, so I feel like he played a really good job. I liked how he's immature, you know, but he's also ambitious. Oh, and he, in his radio host, the person that is hosting the show is King Kalala. And I don't even know what her radio name is, but I know it's King Kalala. And I also feel like she did a really good job playing that role. Okay, the chick is called Worms, and I also don't know her, and I've never seen her act a movie before, but I also let me tell you what I liked about her casting. First of all, I also liked that I've never seen her before, and second, she did a really good job. She was very raw, like she was very raw. Wait, she was very raw in terms of like she like her emotions were raw. Especially there was a scene where they were arguing, she was like, she hasn't changed her clothes in 2 months, you know, like this, like she hasn't left the house, you know, and this guy's been going out, you know. Yeah, so yeah, I felt like her emotions are very raw, her facial expressions are very raw. I felt like she did a very good job, and I love that those two were the main casts, people that we don't necessarily know. But the rest of the cast of Buddha, okay? Yeah, that did babe. Let me tell you, I feel like she played out this role so well. You know, those bosses that are always on their shit, but they're tired. They're actually very tired. If you ask me, they're tired, but they have everything covered. They have their shit together. They're on it all the time, you know, and like they know exactly what they're doing. They know how to do their job, you know, those people, and that they're your bosses, but they're also chill. And if you show them that you can work, then they can give you an opportunity. Like, you see how I describe her? I don't even know her. She's a movie character. That's how well Kalecha Momo played this character, and I am so in love. I am so in love with how Kalecha did this. Kalecha do more acting roles. Imagine being yes. Okay. Yeah. Oh, also, can we talk about Eva? Okay, again, this video is going to be so long, but I don't mind. Eva is like Wams's best friend, and I really like her also. Who them me act come with this mob sana Anita Annabelle Karimi. Yeah, that's her name, Annabelle Karimi. And she's acted in so many movies. She has a big name, and she's such a good actress, and I feel like she brings out a lot of Kenyanness in like the typical Kenyan girl and how they would behave. Not the typical Kenyan, but like, you know, like if you see her, you know a girl like that. That movie, like the moment you see her, you know a girl that looks exactly like that. Yeah. Okay, next. One more person, PC. That's Tony's best friend. Let me tell you something. PC has this thing, as in PC is just this friend. You know that meme for Olukwana Nani Alex. About Alex. That's, you know that meme, exactly that meme, Alex. You see Alex when you help utake boyfriend wako hang out na yeye. On PC, he's so dependent, Yanni, and like, oh my god. The light keeps changing. Does the light keep changing? I'm not sure. I can't tell. Just go with the vibe, guys. Just go with the vibe. Just give it to, yeah. So I feel like that was really dope how that character was portrayed, and that guy did a good job. Okay, there's this thing he does, and I really like repetition in movies. So there's this thing he does where he goes like, yes, when he asks for something and he doesn't, like, he's like, yes, no, maybe. He does it better than me, but watch the movie, okay? Watch the movie. He does it himself so much better, you know? Yeah. But yeah, he does it really well. Okay, so let's go to the things I loved about the movie. Number one, I love how the characters were introduced to us. From the moment we saw them, we knew exactly who they are and how they are. Like, oh, there's one person I forgot to talk about. Why is it going away? I need it to come back to me. Koi Kabala. Koi Kabala did such a good job playing Wams's auntie. And Mimi, I'm kind to talk about that and her relationship with Tony. And just give me a minute. Let's just go back to the things I loved. The things I loved about this movie, number one, I loved how the characters were introduced to us. From the moment we met them, we knew exactly who they were. We knew their characteristics. We knew who they hung out with. We knew what they worked as. Like, from the moment we met them, we knew them. There was no guesswork. I really liked that. That's why this is like a simple drama comedy. You don't have to guess it, and I love that that's what they did. Number two, I love that our culture is represented. I love how our culture is represented in this movie, especially in terms of intonation. Let me tell you something. I hate it when people be making Kenyan movies and putting them on Netflix and then talking about dollars. Okay, it's not like we don't talk about dollars, but telling us a story and then saying, I only had $200 in my account left. Bitch, we all know that's not how we talk. I give you. You know, that's very funny coming from someone who talks like me. But you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, I feel like if you're making a Kenyan movie that's supposed to represent the Kenyan experience, then say Kenyan shillings, you know? Damn it. Like, if you know the movie I'm talking about, comment down below. Yeah, so I love the intonation. I love that we maintained Kenyan accents, especially with how Tony talked. Especially with how the Sheng, you two can't be paros. Or like Wams. Wow, Wams is not Wams' BFF. Wams' BFF was her name Eve. Like when she's tickled, she's like, baby, isn't that something any typical Kenyan Nairobi girl would say? Exactly. Or like when Wams realizes akona ball. I even said ukona ball because even though walikuwa nasema ukona ball. Like ata auntie yake alisema ukona ball. You exactly what. Okay, it's not transferred and translated. That you're pregnant. Of course you say you're pregnant, but like ukona ball is the main thing. Okay. let us proceed. Proceed. The view of motherhood. Okay, so I loved that they really thought about the view of motherhood in Wams's eyes versus the view of fatherhood in Tony's eyes. What do I mean? Okay, the view of motherhood in Wams's eyes, in that she was panicking. She was panicking the fuck out. She knew her whole life is about to change. You know, she knew how bad it was gonna be. She knew, because even like when she said it, and her friend knew. Her friend was like, "Manze, just know that your body is about to change." So how chips zote za sijui Canada, za sijui Australia, forget about all that shit. It's never gonna happen. It's not gonna happen anymore. Like where utendanga to Eldoret. In fact, even Anasema, like, she knows that her whole life is about to change, which is a reality, because when two people have children and one of them is a woman, like, it's her reality mostly that changes, especially if she's not necessarily prepared for it. Okay, so like, on the other hand, Tony is like excited. He said, "Oh, Minte to Baba twins." He has not fathomed the reality that it is to have two children at the same time. One child even, but two children at the same time. So he's seeing it as like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna get so many sponsorship deals. Oh my God, this, oh my God, that." But like, yeah, so I feel like that's a very cool reflection of society, and that's how it is, and that's not even a reflection of society, it's a reflection of nature, and how different motherhood is for me, for a woman, than it is for a man. Hey, there's someone that's playing music over there. Let me close the window. 1 minute. Woohoo! Woo! And there goes all the lights now. All the lights is just like, bye bitch, like the light is like bye. Okay, so I feel like the big argument that they had was so intense, don't you think so? Like the big argument where the next day he was like, if this is how our lives are going to be, then I don't want this, I don't want to do this anymore, you know. So I don't know, I felt like it was a bit selfish of him to not be understanding, but it's also as if reality hadn't checked in until that moment. It didn't check in until that moment that, bruh, checky, like, being a parent is so hard. Like, this is gonna be hard as fuck. Like, the moment he also like left the house and he went and took a shower, I saw that stretch. I stretch alifanya hivi like, oh, at least mtukoi nyumbani naweza lala. I was like, I get it, you know, like maybe it's been so exhausting and so tiring for him, and I get it, but like, then what does he expect her to do? Okay, another thing I really liked was, I love the relationship between Doris and Tony. I really like that relationship. Napendadi that Tony akona jina nickname ya Cruella, anamwita ya Doris anamwitanga Cruella. It's so funny. It is so funny, and I like how Kweka Balabit portrays this woman, how she walks, how she talks. She talks like, you know, those mothers that got it covered, that know where to get what and what. They have been mothers, they can be mothers again, and they know the solutions. My mother. Yeah, that's it. Like, that's who she is, and like, she portrays that completely, kabisa, and she's so sarcastic. Like when Tony misses the birth of the baby because he's out partying. I'm telling you, like, Tony was so not ready to be a parent, but I get it, and I really like that this movie came from the perspective of the male, and like, I get so many have been done, and I watched an interview where the producer was talking about it in KBC, you can find it, and she was talking about how we've talked about the mother's perspective so many times, and it's so interesting to finally dive into the perspective of the guy who has had an unexpected child, and you know, like, he's not pregnant. So like, can he go out? Like, as long as he knows the baby isn't coming today, like, can he go out? You know, and that was it. He just didn't know the baby was coming on that day, and he just went and he partied and he didn't pick his phone. And I'm not making excuses for him, but he just didn't know, and he's not pregnant, and he's drunk, you know, and he walks in, and like, Doris is like, oh my God, what is there left to do? What is there left to do? Nothing. you know. So like she's so sucker, and I love it. I loved it so much. Oh my god. And I love that Cruella name. And I also like how Tony gives everyone nicknames as forms of endearment. You know, like he calls Kalecha Boss Lady so much mpaka we don't know her name. Boss Lady, yeah, all the time. Okay. One last thing that I was obsessed with in this movie is that they educated us. They taught us about something. They taught me about something. So when Tony was going through it, he was really going through it when he just became a parent. And he was coming too late all the time, so tired. And one time he was telling his audience this story about some girls in 1962. He didn't say 1962. Now this is the research that I found. But no, let me tell you the story that he said first. He was talking about these girls who started laughing, and they were students in a school, and they started laughing, and they laughed so hard, and they were frantic, they were crying, you know. And like the principal was like, y'all niggas need to go home. So they went home and like infected other people, and like 1,000 people were just like laughing and crying, you know. And yeah, the only thing he said that wasn't true is that walidedi wote, but hawakudedi. Imagine walipona. And it's a true story that happened in Tanganyika in 1962, that like and I researched the story, and it's actually true, which is amazing, which means that they are educating us. Fuck, I love this movie. Go Showmax. You're really giving us the damn thing with Crime and Justice and now Baba Twins. I feel so nice, and I love the quality of things that you're giving us. Man, go Showmax. Oh, okay, so but like, yeah, good job guys. And I'm gonna watch another one, but I have another one that I'm gonna criticize a bit, that I might not have the most positive things to say. Okay, yeah. Rating, I give it 8 out of 10 because I also feel like the quality was great. It was amazing. I feel like the outfits represented the people. I feel like the script was great. I loved the intonations and how they really represented our culture and how we talk, and like the current Nairobi person and how they're living, you know. I really liked how the relationships were built and how everything was connected. Like I like how we didn't get to meet Doris's husband because he wasn't relevant to the story, you know, stuff like that. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, I am so happy with this movie. Go Baba Twins, go to the producers, go to the actors, did a good job. Yay. If you haven't watched that movie, please watch it and like tell me what you think down below, and we can talk about it. Otherwise, see you later, alligator. Peace.